Hi everybody, I'm Mrs. K from the Arcadia Public Library. Welcome back to Family Storytime Adventures. Today my theme is going to be books and reading. I'm going to read you two books. Where Are My Books? And Dragon Was Terrible. But before we get started, let's do our hello song. Can you make a big earth for me? Sing with me, okay? Hello to the earth. Hello to the sun. Hello to the trees and the flowers, everyone. Good. Hello to the bees. Let me hear your bees. Bzzz. That's it. And the birds in the trees. Tweet, 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 tweet. Hello to you and hello to me. Good job. Okay, let's go ahead and get started with our first story. This one's called Where Are My Books? Written by Debbie Ridpath Bohe. And I'm reading today with permission from Simon & Schuster Publishers. Where are my books? Spencer loved books. His favorite bedtime book was Night Night Narwhal. Sometimes he read it aloud. Every night, Spencer put the book back where it belonged. That way, he'd always be able to find it. Until one morning, where is my book? Spencer looked everywhere, but it was no use. Night Night Narwhal was gone. That evening, he chose Tenacious Todd. It was okay. But Todd was a toad, and toads were amphibians, and amphibian books were supposed to be for right after lunch story time. When Spencer woke the next morning, Tenacious Ted was gone. Every morning, another book was missing. Next to go was Send in the Clownfish. Then Beluga Beluga vanished. Sea Monkey and Bob went missing. Things were getting out of hand. Spencer vowed to find out what was going on. Where do you think all those books are going? Do you have any idea? Let's see if we can find out. Let's read the rest of our story, okay? His father did not know what had happened to Night Night Narwhal. Spencer's mother had no idea either. Nor had she seen Tenacious Todd, Send in the Clownfish, Beluga Beluga, or any of Spencer's other missing books. That left only one person. So look, he yelled at his little sister, huh? You see how big the words are there? That means that they're very loud, huh? He said, "Where are my books?" Uh-oh, that was mean, huh? He made her cry. Uh-oh. He got in trouble for doing that, and now he has to play with her, do a tea party. Doesn't look like he's very happy about that, huh? That night, Spencer set a trap with his copy of Space Frog Sam. Looks like whoever takes that book is going to get caught, huh? There's a string attached to it. The next morning, uh-oh, somebody's stealing it, huh? It was time for Spencer to get his books back. So he's going to follow that stuffed animal, huh? That stuffed narwhal. He's yelling again, huh? Look at the big words. Where are my books? Think he's going to find them? Let's see. Spencer ran faster. The thief was just around the corner. Aha, he said. That's my, oh my goodness, book? Have you ever seen a squirrel wearing glasses? Or a squirrel reading a book? That's kind of silly, huh? Spencer didn't know squirrels like to read. It gave him a great idea. Look at all the books. Now we found them, huh? All the missing books. I wonder what Spencer's great idea is. Spencer told the squirrels they could borrow his books. But there would be rules. Just like at the library, they had to return the books they borrowed before they could borrow more. But they didn't need to leave anything behind. Spencer even helped them pick out their first book. He chose one for himself, too. I wonder what his baby sister wants. What do you think she wants him to do? Let's see. And he promised to read it aloud. Look at that. He's reading to his baby sister and all the squirrels. Doesn't that look nice? The end. Okay, before we read our next story, let's sing a quick song. It's called Do Your Ears Hang Low. It goes like this. Do your ears hang low? Do they wobble to and fro? Can you tie 'em in a knot? Can you tie 'em in a bow? Can you sling 'em over your shoulder like a continental soldier? Do your ears hang low? Let's sing that another time. This time we're going to sing it very quietly, okay? Ready? Here we go. Do your ears hang low? Do they wobble to and fro? Can you tie 'em in a knot? Can you tie 'em in a bow? Can you sling 'em over your shoulder like a continental soldier? Do your ears hang low? Okay, one more time, and this time we're going to sing it really loud, okay? Ready? Do your ears hang low? Do they wobble to and fro? Can you tie 'em in a knot? Can you tie 'em in a bow? Can you sling 'em over your shoulder like a continental soldier? Do your ears hang low? Good job. Let's hear another story now. This is Dragon Was Terrible by Kelly Dipuccio. Pictures by Greg Pizzoli. And I'm reading today with permission from Macmillan Publishers. Dragon was terrible. Naturally, dragons have a bit of terrible in them because, well, they're dragons after all. But this dragon here, super terrible. He stomped on flowers. He played tricks on the guards. And he spit on cupcakes. Who does that? Dragon, that's who. Boy, he is pretty terrible, huh? That's not all. He scribbled in books. He threw sand. And he took candy from baby unicorns. Honestly, that's terrible. The king had had enough. Enough, he said. And he posted this sign. It says, Brave knights, whoever shall tame the terrible dragon shall be rewarded with a gift. It shall be a nice gift. Ye shall like it. His Royal Majesty the King. And Dragon came along and put some graffiti. You see that? Dragon was here. Knights lined up to show off their dragon taming skills. They all failed, miserably, and Dragon just grew more terrible. Dragon is not being very nice to those knights, is he? He chased fuzzy yellow ducklings all around the moat. He TP'd the castle. Oh my goodness. And he burned every last royal marshmallow to a blackened crisp. The villagers had had enough. Enough, they said. And they posted this sign. See how they changed it? Instead of brave knights, it says brave people. Whoever shall tame the terrible dragon shall be rewarded with a gift. And they added that it's going to be from the king. It shall be a nice gift. They added, we hope. Ye shall like it. And they added, perhaps. His Royal Majesty the King. See Dragon's graffiti? Now there's more graffiti from Dragon. Dragon was here again. Ordinary blokes and lassies lined up to try their hand at taming the dragon. They all failed, embarrassingly so. And just when you thought it wasn't possible, Dragon grew even more terrible. I don't believe it's possible, do you? Could he get even more terrible? Let's find out. He popped birthday balloons.
Oh yeah, that's more terrible. He drew funny faces on the drawbridge. Look, he put king as a baby and dragon rules. And he burped in church loudly. Honestly, that's terrible and rude. A boy wearing a feathered cap and a look of determination had had enough. Only he didn't say enough, like you thought he would. Instead, he sketched a story. The next day, Dragon followed a trail of marshmallows to a shady tree where the boy was reading. That looks like a nice place to read a story, huh? Lots of pretty flowers and green tree, grass. The boy spied the dragon out of the corner of his eye and began to read aloud in a booming voice. "And then the brave dragon swooped in to save the princess," he said. Dragon stopped in his tracks. Ooh, Dragon's interested, huh? He wants to hear the story. "But the terrible knight pulled out his wicked sword." Dragon pretended not to listen. The brave dragon, roared, and the fraidy cat knight trembled in his boots. Dragon pretended to walk away. He doesn't want him to know, that he's listening. A crowd began to gather, and Dragon took cover in a tree. The boy continued reading, page after page after page, until, looks like Dragon might fall, huh? Snap, crash. Dragon landed on the ground with a terrible thud. The crowd gasped. The dragon roared, roar! The clever boy didn't flinch. He reached out a hand to the dragon and said, "Would you like to hear how the story ends?" And just when you thought it wasn't possible, Dragon smiled. Yay! And he took a seat beneath the tree with the other children. Honestly, that's adorable. Looks like our dragon has been tamed, huh? The king cheered. The villagers cheered. The baby unicorn and fuzzy ducklings cheered the loudest of all. See them? At long last, the terrible dragon had been tamed. The end. Hey, wait. What about the reward? Oh, yes, that. The gift was a new friend. A nice dragon, of course. Wow, I think that's a really terrific gift. The end.